In a world marred by hatred, a world crippled by deception, and where nay is perpetuated by those entrusted with the responsibility to eradicate it. In such a world, only love is the perfect remedy to the hatred in the offing. This is I am the Queen. Uliana's life could have turned out the same way, even if she did not have to attend her further studies in Moscow. And that is her exact opinion about the whole thing. Even so, as she gets back to her country, she is determined to change that which she finds faulty. There's a fault in how the world is run. She finds herself thinking loud in the back seat of the cab in Dubai. In the Middle East, a military bus is en route to the military training academy. In the desert, Sensa is seated beside ranchers. They just qualified and have secured a place in the military academy. Eugene is there, and so is Porter. Abdallah is seated next to Moses Kiara, the driver to the front bus. The convoy has a total of 7 vehicles, all new recruitments. When the car pulls up into the compound, Tyrant, Tiana's father, is standing on the front yard ready to receive his daughter home. It has been 8 years now since she left the country. That explains why he has prepared a homecoming party for her. After the wife died 15 years ago, she's all he has now. As he takes her into his arms, the love is portrayed on his face, the love of a father who has not seen his daughter in what seems to be ages. Good to have you back, daughter. You have grown old, says the father. On the contrary, you have not aged a minute, lad, says Yana, as the father ushers her into the building. In the back bus, Sarah Hassan is seated next to Tokyo. Their lead trainer Akoth is on the seat in front of them. And you think the chaos will end? Asks Sarah as she closes the book she has been reading, entitled The Great Hope. Probably when we find an appropriate leader who will rule the world without discrimination of any kind. And when do you think that will be? I don't really know. All I know is that it will happen someday. In the meantime, let's do all we can to survive, says Toki, then turns and looks out the window. Back in her home, Yana is in the living room. The party has just completed and the guests are preparing to leave. When the Samsung television set mounted on the wall and tuned in to Al Jazeera reports a blast from the desert of Qatar. It's nothing new though. The blasts have been going on for 120th day now. She switches off the phone, the TV, and walks to her bedroom, goes to the unpacked suitcase and pulls out the satellite phone and dials a number, then puts the receiver on her right ear. The bus has just arrived at the military academy, and out of the middle bus, B leads the way out. Erickson is behind him, then Ombati follows. They join Brian Okemwa and Choda, who just alighted from the 4th bus. They parade in the arena and Sergeant Chacha is ready with the file in his left hand. Sergeant Rose is beside him, ready to brief and orient everyone for training. What's your name? Asks Rose. My name is Porter, madam. You shall lead the TT5, she says, and goes on to appoint training team leaders up to TT8. In the command tent, Akoth, Lulu Hassan, Morgan, Freeman, and 7 others are seated around the conference table. The training schedules are open on the table before them. What do you think about this? Will the boys have completed their training in time to help us with the war? Because as it is right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we are under-resourced right now, says Morgan. The opposite will actually be true, sir, answers Akoth. And what exactly do you mean by this? I don't think right now is the perfect time to have these conversations, sir. That's what I mean. In the sleeping tent, Phil lights a cigarette and hands over the Marlboro packet to Sensa, who pulls out 1 cigarette and hands back the packet to Phil. As he lights up the cigarette, he starts the conversation. You know, I always thought that she will always be around. It's almost 9 years now. Still can't get myself to forget her. Phil, who is seated on his bed across Sensa's, takes a heavy puff before responding. Is that the reason as to why he came to the academy? To some extent, yes. At least here I won't have to worry about her all the time. There's a thing you should know about love. says Phil. The stronger it is, the more it hurts. Sensor goes into his backpack and pulls out Tiana's photo and starts studying the pic with a broad smile as if he has never seen the photo before. At the CIA headquarters, Miss Gallagher gets into the director's office and closes the door behind her. She just used the phone. Sir, she reports to Wentworth, who is seated on the office chair with a pen in his hand. Who did she call? Asks Wentworth. A journalist by the name Kamenegor. What does she want with the journalist? An exclusive. I think she knows the truth, sir, says Gallagher. Find out more about the meeting, then report back to me. Okay, sir, says Miss Gallagher, then leaves the office. The director picks up the phone and dials a number and puts the receiver on his left ear. The next morning along the shores, the training is on and the trainees are on with the jogging. Manucho is on the front line. Mwaura and Saizet jog behind them. They run back into the camp and get into the trenches. A razor wire spirals over their back as they crawl in the trenches. Trainer Ezekiel Otiato blows out the whistle and says, "Everyone, back into the tunnel." They all move back into the tunnel and start crawling. Back at home, Yana gets into the blue Subaru and drives to Sensor Zone, parks on the front yard and walks to the front door. She knocks and waits. Barely a minute later, Jennifer walks to the door and opens the door, her youngest sibling in her hands. "Good morning. What do you want?" goes Jennifer, oblivious of the greeting. "I'm looking for Sensor. Is he around?" "No, he ain't around. Or maybe he might never come back. Thanks to you." "What do you mean thanks to? He just got back. How about he got tired of waiting for you and decided to join the stupid military academy? Who knows, maybe the next time I see him, they will be calling me for his body in a state casket." "I'm sorry, I didn't know he joined the academy." "Keep your sorries to yourself," says Jennifer and shuts the door on Yana's face. At the military academy, Ranches receives a video call. Yana has been trying to reach him since morning, but as it is, this is a military academy. Phones are limited to time. "Hello cousin, I have been trying to reach you the entire day. I heard you joined the academy. Congratulations." "Thank you. Good to hear from you. When did you get back, sister?" "Been around for the past 24 hours now." "Is Sensor with you?" "Yes, but he is in the other residential tent. I will tell him you called." "I got to go, cousin. It's parade time. We'll call you once I get the time. Bye for now." "Bye." At the parade assembly, Inspector John Mwaniki calls all the 8 teams to attention. Jones, Jamal, and Chronics are on the front line. Sensor is at the extreme left when Ranches joins him. "Your girlfriend just called me. She's looking for you." "You mean Yana is back?" "Yeah, that's right. She's been around, I guess, more than 24 hours now. I'll give you her number once we are done here." "Cool." In the military academy, where the army have been fighting a group of militia believed to be Al-Qaeda, 3 motorbikes speed and jump over the fence of the camp, randomly dropping the bombs into the tents. And as they speed off the camp, the bombs detonate, and a minute later, dead bodies are scattered all over the camp.